Hey guys, Astro Kit here. Today we have a bit of a different video. We're talking about astro observations, which is a trend in the astrology world online. I've seen this mostly on Tumblr, which is where I got this from my Tumblr that I've done astrology observations on, and I've compiled a little bowl here, a bowl of observations. I wrote them down and then put them on pieces of paper, and then I'm going to read them to you guys here, but it's like random out of the bowl. And so I thought this would be a fun video because I like the astrology observations trend, because you can kind of say just random things you've noticed about astrology and then just put it in one big post. I know they do this on TikTok, I think, and like probably every other platform, but like I said, I've mostly seen it on Tumblr, and I'll put my Tumblr down below so you guys can follow it if you want. It's called Stars and Such. Basically, these are all random, they're all astrology related, and if you like this kind of video, it's kind of new, I haven't done it before on my channel, you guys can give this video a like. And then also right now we're in the midst of Mercury retrograde. If you didn't know already, Mercury retrograde in Leo, it's until August 11th, the shadow phase is until August 25th, and I made a prediction post for your zodiac sign about Mercury retrograde on Patreon. So if you guys want to watch what your sign can expect for this retrograde for the next few weeks, go on Patreon. It's up now. So let's get started. I'm just gonna like look away and pick randomly. It's like ASMR a little bit because I have my mic like down here. People obsessed with astrology have a strong connection with the 8th house in their chart, especially Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, or their Mula Nakshatra planet in the 8th house. Okay, so this one is definitely something I've seen across the board, an observation that's so strong with people who love astrology, obsessed with astrology, and as you guys probably watching this can feel like your interest in astrology can feel like an obsession, which the 8th house is connected to that feeling of being obsessed with something. The 8th house is about the occult. It's about what's hidden from the public, what you don't really see. So 8th housers and people with strong 8th house placements usually feel an inclination towards the occult stronger than anyone else who doesn't have 8th house placements, who aren't 8th housers. Especially with Jupiter and Mars in the 8th house, those are like I love Vedic astrology type of placements. You love like taboo or occult information that's not really mainstream. You're always digging, you're always researching, you have to get the answers, you have to find out the truth. These are the people that are like the truth seekers in life, and so people that are interested in astrology and like just any occult topic are usually 8th housers or have those planets that I named in their 8th house. Okay, so next one is, let me see. Oh, this one's funny. Okay, Uranus Dominant people move really fast. Athletes with prominent Uranus in their chart are known for being fast on the field, court, etc. So this is something I've noticed from watching sports, where if you look up the charts of like different athletes, men, women, in any sport, they usually have Uranus strong in their chart somehow, maybe Aquarius strong in their chart somehow, and they move really fast. Like think about athletes that are known for being fast, known for doing certain tricks, especially like in football where they have to run fast down the court, basketball they have to run fast, maybe tennis they have to move really fast. It's usually Uranus conjunct their sun, conjunct their moon, maybe Uranus in the first house, but they have some type of Uranus strong in their chart where they're moving fast AF. And I think it goes back to the fact that Uranus is connected to electricity, so electricity moves fast at like the speed of light or whatever, so people who have that strongly in their chart, the planet Uranus, move pretty fast physically speaking. Oh, next one. This one says you usually end up dating or attracting the sign opposite to your Venus sign. Okay, yeah, this one is another little hack. In dating, I've seen that people attract whoever is opposite to their Venus sign. So if your Venus sign is in Cancer, then you attract Capricorn or kind of Capricorn type of people. I notice it's kind of like the essence of people. It's not their literal sign or placements or dominant planet, but if you had your Venus in Sagittarius, you attract Gemini type of people, and you feel attracted to that in a romantic type of sense. Oh, the way people are always fighting over first house and 7th house moons, especially women with this placement in dating. Many find them desirable and want to wife them up. Okay, so this is something I've noticed. I've peeped on the low. People who have their moon in the first house or 7th house, it's a little bit stronger with the 7th house moon though, where a lot of people find them attractive. They find them desirable, and I've seen that literally people like fight over them, especially if they're like a woman. They'll have like two guys fighting over them, multiple suitors fighting over them. It's the kind of placement where you could try to break up with someone and they don't want to break up with you, so they're kind of still stuck on you and they're trying to fight your new guy even though you already like, you know, left them. It's a placement that causes quite a stir for women who have it, and triggers a lot of admirers that want to fight over you, literally. And I've seen it with celebrities too. I've noticed like when celebrities have this placement, a lot of people will like fight over them. Like for example, Rihanna, she has her moon in the first house in her whole sign chart, I think her sidereal chart specifically. It's funny because her relationship with ASAP, when it started and when she went public with him, everyone was like disappointed, I guess, but that's the effect I feel like first house moons have, seventh house moons have on people, especially if they have fans, if they're popular. Everyone's like, that's my wife, that's my girlfriend. The whole time, you know, she doesn't know you, she does not know you, but it's like people fight over them anyway. Okay, so next one is okay. So it's funny. Okay. Cancer placements 100% stalk their crush. Their stalking tendencies stem from the fact that they have their fifth house in Scorpio. Okay, this is something I've seen with dating and like romance. Cancers, they're good at stalking people. Why? It's because the natural fifth house for Cancer is Scorpio. So the fifth house is connected to dating and romance, kind of shows you how someone would treat their love interest, their crush. So whatever sign you have as your fifth house is like how you would treat someone you're interested in romantically. And Scorpio is about uncovering secrets, mysteries, information, stalking, so to speak. So I think a lot of Cancer placements I've noticed will stalk their crush pretty intensely. Internet stalking, real life stalking, okay, they really get deep into that because they have their fifth house naturally in Scorpio, and that applies to Cancer risings mostly, but Cancer sun, Cancer moon can relate to that as well. Okay, so the next one is, what time am I at? 10 minutes. Okay, let me see. Okay, this one is a Vedic astrology one. So Mula Nakshatra natives usually predict something before it happens. Nobody believes them at first, then it comes true later on. Okay, this is what I've noticed watching like TV shows with Mula people. So Mula is sidereal Sagittarius. You probably know if you have Mula in your chart already, if you've seen your Vedic chart. But what I've seen is that they usually have some crazy claim or like accusation or prediction, and especially in movies that are like crime related, mystery related, murder mystery, they predict something way before it happens, or they have a hunch about someone that's a little sketch but no one believes them, and then it ends up coming true in the end. They feel vindicated. And I've even had people in my life that are Mula and they've said things and I'm like, I don't know about that, but then it comes true, but like way down the line. So they end up feeling vindicated maybe later in life or years after something happens. But they are pretty good with like, I guess, being psychic, but they just are really observant and great at predicting patterns, and I think have a talent and skill for that. That leads them to being really accurate and on point way before everyone else, so no one believes the person that's like saying stuff before it happens, but then it happens and everyone's like, wow, you clocked that way long ago. Okay, I might wrap this up soon. Let me see. Okay. Women with Venus. Oh, this is a Vedic astrology one too. Okay. Women with Venus Darakaraka get a manly looking spouse. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I talked about this in the future spouse and physical appearance video on my channel. It's in like the future spouse playlist, but basically your DK planet can show you like the physical appearance of your future spouse in your Vedic chart only. So when you look in your chart, if you have Venus DK, even though Venus is a planet that's associated with being like feminine, so to speak, I've noticed that they actually get a really masculine looking spouse if you have Venus DK as a woman. So if you attract a man, they have like beard, like hairy bodies, thick hair, strong, sturdy looking bodies, tall, etc. Like those manly traits. Venus DK will attract those in their spouse. Okay, next one. Okay, this one is saying, oh, this is another Vedic astrology one. So people with moon Darakaraka are likely to get into interracial relationships. Okay, this is something I've noticed from looking at Vedic astrology, in Vedic we know that there's the DK planet, and I have a video about your DK planet if you guys don't know what that is yet, but a lot of you guys already know if you're watching. I think most of you guys probably know what that is, but your DK planet shows your spouse, and I've noticed people with moon DK usually have a interracial relationship, and that's a pretty popular trend these days. There's a lot of interracial relationships, but I've noticed it is really specific with moon DK. So if you have that in your chart and you are in an interracial relationship, it does make sense. It tracks. And I've noticed it with people that are like kind of like from completely different countries. It's not just like, oh, this person is in my same city or same state. We're just different races or whatever, but it's like completely different cultures, completely different countries even. Interesting. I'm not sure what quite triggers that, so to speak, but I've just seen as observation, moon DK has a spouse in a different race than them, aka interracial dating. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this one says, 7th housers always win over the public. They are persuasive AF. Okay, yeah, this one I've noticed with 7th house placements, people who are 7th housers, if you have a lot of planets there, if you have a stellium in your 7th house, you are winning over the public all the time. These are people that like could be seen negatively by people, or your reputation takes a dip, so to speak, but then you win everyone back. Like, to me, a 7th houser is always good at winning people over, persuading people to do things. I consider 7th house to relate to the 10th house, since it is the 10th house from the 10th house. So planets you have there is kind of like your reputation as well. It's like a second midheaven or second 10th house. So people who are 7th house heavy in their chart usually are popular or attract a lot of attention, or a lot of people notice them, so they know how to deal with the public in a way that's maneuverable. They have good social skills, likability, they know how to speak to the public, persuade people, use language, body language, psychological tactics to persuade people around them, and they're really good at it. Aquarius placements naturally have their 3rd house in Aries. This means they love arguing. Yes. Okay, this is what I realized about Aquarius. Sun, moon, or ascendant, they naturally have their 3rd house as Aries, and 3rd house, as we know, is about communication, how we speak to people, and I feel like Aquarius can be really blunt with their speech. They love arguing with people. Any Aquarius I've known personally like to argue. They might even do it like professionally as like a lawyer or like in the legal field, but they do love getting their points across. They're not really afraid of it. I feel like they're confrontational about how they speak and how they communicate their points, and they're not going to back down and that kind of thing. I think it's a really great placement though, but I've just noticed that, like, I always like wonder like, why are Aquarius like that? I'm like, oh, they have their 3rd house in Aries. They can be kind of harsh with their speech and argumentative naturally. Okay, so this is the last one. I don't know if I'm going to post all of them. I'm going to see the order of which I filmed this, but let me see. 1st house moons look pretty when they cry. Oh yeah, so people who have moon in the 1st house, when they cry, they look beautiful. That's a compliment or observation you can have about someone just when they cry, like, oh wow, they're a pretty crier. But I think I've noticed when people do get that compliment or do receive that admiration from other people, it is because they have moon in the 1st house. Moon is representative of like water and liquids, so when you have tears, water on your face, I don't know, 1st house moons, they look pretty when they cry. Okay, so if you have 1st house moon, you probably look attractive when you cry, or you've heard that compliment at least once. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of video, again, thumbs up. Mercury retrograde predictions down on Patreon below, and comment down below any observations that you have in astrology that you think are pretty consistent across the board, and I'll see you guys in my next video.